What up, everybody? Welcome to another class full of gems here at BTSMC. As you guys know, first half of class is where we talk about last week's price action. We pull out every single gem we can from last week. Last week had a ton of gems. It was CPI week, and Jerome Powell spoke twice. Like, it was action packed. It did not disappoint, and so I can't wait to break this down because we actually broke out finally. Like Nasdaq, for example, has been in a range for a long time. The dollar has been in a range for a long time, and we finally been breaking down. So not only do I want to talk about how you could have sniped the breakdown, the reversal, but also I want to talk about what do you expect to happen this upcoming week. Now that we finally potentially breaking out, what are the expectations? So I'm gonna definitely talk about all of that. We'll talk about also like a couple losses I took. I can't wait to go over those, and the wins, of course, and just everything. There's a lot to say. So with that being said, let's definitely get right into it, y'all. So I wanted to start actually with CPI because that's really when it got eventful. Like as you could tell, let me move this so you can see the time. Yeah, as you could tell, like Monday's price action wasn't like that lit, and if you zoom out, you'll also notice that here on the Nasdaq, we've really been in a range for a long time. So everybody's just like basically asleep at the wheel, like bro, ain't nothing happening in these markets these days, and I get that sentiment, but next thing you know, CPI comes out at 8:30 a.m. and the market dropped real hard. So you see this huge hourly candle coming to the market, and if you trade liquidity, you might be looking at price running these lows because these are relatively equal lows. So for those who are not familiar with that, um, something that we like to target is liquidity. Liquidity can be seen not just at any pivot point in the market, such as this pivot point. So the liquidity would be under those lows, but not just that, liquidity can also be seen at relatively equal lows. So you see how this is what most traders would call like a support level. We don't trade support and resistance, we attack support and resistance. So I'm not gonna lie, like where a lot of you guys get into your plays is kind of where I'm looking to basically make you lose. Like, so your stop loss is probably like my take profit. You feel what I'm saying? Because we trade, a lot of us trade opposite in the sense that if you've been trading support and resistance, I pretty much do the opposite to that. So basically, this is a support level, and a lot of smart money traders, they may tell you, hey, there's equal lows. CPI was a huge red candle. We're going to these lows right away. But I'm telling you, there's nuance to this smart money stuff that this is the knowledge that a lot of them are lacking. They have to understand market expectations. Okay. So, and when you see a candle like this come out with a clear liquidity draw, I always say, do not marry destinations, marry delivery. So at the time, of course, it's real convincing, like, oh, nah, we about to like really drop off real quick. So the market, this happens at 8:30. But what I need to see now for me to believe that we're actually going to be bearish is um essentially price running to those equal lows that we talked about over here, relatively equal lows that we talked about over there. It should not retrace. So here's an incorrect teaching that you're gonna hear a lot of like smart money traders tell you. They're gonna be like, hey, you know, price needs to come back to a premium so we can come back to run liquidity. I'm not saying that's always incorrect. I'm saying that there's nuance to this stuff. You don't always want price to come to a premium. You need to understand context in the market. And if you don't know what premium is, um, there's so much I could say. I feel like class would be so long. I'll try to break it down really, really, really quick. Like a premium would be any given price leg. Once price starts to retrace, let's say price started to come up a little bit right here. You see, we could say, okay, it's retracing. So you want to ask yourself, how high is it going to go? What you could do is you could take your Fibonacci retracement tool out, start at the high of the price leg, take it to the low of the price leg, and you want to measure how much it'll retrace. A premium is when it retraces above 50%. So they'll tell you, hey, when price comes above 50% of that price leg, what you want to see is it reject up there and come down. So a lot of smart money traders, because they're incorrectly taught, they're waiting on that. But it's like, once price crossed a certain point, I already knew the next destination for price action is to these highs. So to me, this is almost like a chart debate, ironically, right? As I was telling you guys before I started recording, I was telling you guys how like people don't realize how predictable the market could be if you understand how the algorithm tends to deliver price. And yes, we do trade an algorithm, which I prove week after week. None of this stuff is a coincidence. So basically, here you'll see price starts consolidating. Okay, so I'm chilling at this point. I'm chilling at this point, and you know, and shout out Elijah being engaged in the chat, man. Like That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy I need. So exactly. So you see how price breaking down, I mean price consolidating rather, and then okay, where did the market open at? I'll show you where the market open. Look. Right here. This red candle, this red like long wick, that's the 930 candle. So the market just opened. All right, so for me, what I'm watching at this immediate moment that the market opens is bullish and bearish PD arrays. PD arrays are areas on a chart that you can expect bounces or rejections from. So something that price tends to bounce on is fair value gaps or order blocks is another thing. And there's more PD arrays, but that's once again a whole nother class in itself. So for example, you'll see here that price action had a fair value gap here on the 1 minute. And you might say, yo, but price wicked under it. And I want to let you guys know, fair value gaps are valid as long as there's no bodies that close under it. So since the body stayed inside of it, this fair value gap is still valid. Some people might validate this red candle as an order block. Do as you please. It's not an order block that I would like necessarily. I have like pretty decent criteria on my order, not decent. I have really fire criteria on my order blocks. But if you use this as an OB, that's fine. You know you getting your market structural shifts and stuff with all the criteria you need. And price breaks to the upside. So what I'm watching is like, okay, so bullish PD arrays are holding, and guess what's not holding simultaneously? Simultaneously, bearish PD arrays. So what I mean by bearish PD arrays, a bearish PD array, for example, is a bearish fair value gap. If we're bearish, guess what's going to work? Bearish PD arrays. Let's keep it simple. So when bearish PD arrays are not working, what does that tell you? We're probably bullish. And there's a side note to what I'm saying. If you notice that bearish PD arrays are not working and simultaneously bullish PD arrays are not working, guess what? Guess what you in? Guess what you in, everybody? If both of them is not working, guess what you in? Choppity chop chop. So you need to stay out and wait for price to break that range. But either way, we doing temp checks, you know, and I'm glad to hear that, Elijah, that helped you out in the market this past week. That's what's up. Yeah, so we doing temp checks on PD arrays. So what I peep is, okay, wow, price held the bullish one. And not only did it hold the bullish one, let me show you real bullish sentiment. Bullish sentiment is not when you just tap into a bullish PD array. It's when you tap into it and create another one. So not only did we use the one to the left, after we touched it, we created, right? We created a bullish fair value gap right after that. Okay, bet. Now we run buy side liquidity on this 1 minute time frame. You see, that's these highs right here. What I tell you, there's liquidity on any given pivot point in the market. So on the 1 minute time frame, you can see here that we're getting like some bullish sentiment that's telling me, oh wow, price is not ready to go straight down to this yellow line. So even though all these people are probably telling you, yo, we bearish, CPI was crazy, the news is telling you to stay bearish. And I keep telling y'all, the news gonna get you caught up. They don't care nothing about you. They in cahoots with the market makers. They don't care nothing about the news gonna get you clapped. A question in the chat says, does this play into supply and demand at all? I don't know. It doesn't, because there's deeper understanding to it. I don't trade supply and demand. Supply and demand lacks a lot of context. Supply and demand lacks context, and it lacks an understanding of what the algorithm truly trades for. And there's certain objectives the algorithm is going for, and supply and demand doesn't really cover that per se. But yeah, so you know, but they basically telling you, right, to short this red candle. And I'm like, you know what this red candle is? Let me tell you what this is, man. This red candle right here is a gap. That's a gap. I know they tell you it's a fair value gap, which it is a fair value gap, but we're going to treat it like a gap. So we now looking at this whole thing, it's going to get filled, not rejected on, it's going to get filled just like a gap. Understand? Yeah, and no problem. No problem. All right, so boom. So boom, here we are. Here we are. We pushing up. So you see here, I end up taking as I'm seeing my sentiment, I'm seeing everything I like. I'm like, I bet. I basically ended up taking an entry right here, and I believe that's this play. 613, 608, and a 608 fact. Yeah, this is that play right here. So I had put this in the Discord already, but this is where I took my entry on this play. After that, this is the reasoning behind why I took that entry, just so y'all know, so that now you guys can see why I got in at that 608, because you've seen all the confirmations I'm getting. I'm like, all right, I bet price is from the push, so we out of here, because I'm seeing all the bullish sentiment, and I'm looking at all this like a gap. By the way, notice I'm on a 15-second time frame. I want y'all to notice how price comes into, for example, and shout out my order block masterclass people that was there, right? Shout out my order block masterclass people. What do y'all don't have to say anything that we talked about in class per se, but I want y'all to notice the people that was at my order blocks masterclass. Y'all can see this bullish OB right here. Look at the reaction right where we talked about the reaction should be at. Y'all don't got to say it in the chat, but you can see that's exactly where we talked about the reaction should be at. This is a bullish OB, and notice we're on the 15-second. And so when I say also, like, when I say to the people that was on threads that's trying to say, yo, you know, I need to know what the higher time frame is doing before I can tell you what the lower time frame is going to do. I'm just letting y'all know, like, price is fractal. Whatever happens on the daily, the 5 minute, the 1 minute happens on the 15-second. I could break down this whole 15-second for y'all. Price comes into a discount, busy, pops up, everything is lit. Like everything, you got the liquidity sweep, the breakaway, everything is good. Nearest peak, that can break down this whole chart for you on the 15-second. Why? Because the 15-second is the same thing as the 5 minute and the 15 minute and the 15 day and the 15 month. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same stuff. So, you know, price is pushing here. So this trade pretty easy to hold as we expect price to go higher. And for me, I tend to hold my trades with PD arrays. So I just want to see PD arrays continue to be respected. You can see right here. So basically what I wanted to see hold at this moment was, first of all, this is an order block as well. And you can see that price used it and went higher. Where did it use it at? Right at the 50%. Everything looks good as to what we want to see. But what I noticed here is like, oh, wow. After touching that order block, what happened? Price did not run the previous highs. So now I'm like, ah, man, what they say party done. So my Caribbeans say party done. I was like, oh no, might be over with for me, man. And so I was like, man, we about to have to take profits. And so this is why I exited, because I didn't want to see price come back to that order block. Once it came back, I was like, yeah, no, I think we might have a retracement. Plus, I made good money already. And so this is why I got out personally. But just so y'all know, that's the rationale. I think it actually went a little bit higher after, but that's why I took profits there, personally. So, you know, that's the party. You already know, Sonny. And I appreciate you, Juliet. Appreciate you. So yeah, I think price goes up one more time, and then we start retracing, I think. But yeah. And so what happened here was, you know, price just swept these lows. Technically still held the order block, which is like, what can I do, right? I can only trade off probabilities. I didn't expect it to use the order block twice like that. But shout out order blocks, ain't it? Right? Shout out them order blocks. I ain't expected to use it twice, but it did what it did before it actually started retracing. And so yeah, that's that first play. You can see that it really retraced pretty hard too, because I'll show y'all from the 1 minute now. I think it actually retraced pretty hard here. Yeah, pretty deep retracement too. And then it comes back to an area we didn't want to see it go under. So hopefully mentees, because I can't say everything, as this is for free. I try to give as much value as I could, but I also have to be fair to my members, right? As y'all probably could hopefully understand. So I can't say everything I want to say, but I definitely say a lot for y'all. So, but mentees, you can see that price painted right here before going higher. So I hope mentee, I can see that the painting going on. And so, you know, this is we wouldn't want to see price go below where it went at. Like, we don't want to see price come down into here, this area, because if we down here, then I'm probably wrong and we're actually going to run those lows. So this is a very crucial spot for price to bounce, and obviously it did bounce, so that was smooth. Let's see, 1 minute bullish OB. What is this? All right, this part. Oh, this is what is this, Wednesday? We was on a live trade at this point. Yeah, we was on a live trade at this point. I remember this. So I live trade my members almost every day. And so something we were talking about on a live trade is like, okay, I believe price is bullish. I believe we're going to come for these CPI highs, minimum, right? Minimum. And how do we get there? So when you understand where price is trying to go, you just need to simply find PD arrays to support that bias. So I have a bullish bias clearly. And so there's two spots I told mentees we should look for trades. You have a bullish order block right here. And I put a question mark because it didn't work. So I just, spoiler alert, it doesn't work. but that's reminding me that it didn't work. So you have a bullish order block. It's a valid bullish order block, but here's the thing that people don't really realize. It's like, you can have a valid PD array. That doesn't mean that it matches the context of what the market is trying to do right now. So by definition, this order block meets criteria. It's solid. Price technically could have come here and bounced higher. Solid place to look for trades. But the thing is, if the market wants to do a discount retracement, what's discount? Why are he using these words I never heard? I got you. Just chill. Look. Because I got different traders in here. Not everybody's a smart money trader. By discount, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do something similar to what I said about premium. Remember I said about premium, I said you go from the high part of the price leg, you go to the low part, and you're gonna measure how high price retraces. If it retraces to above 50%, then you could expect it to drop back off and come to new lows. That's waiting for price to come to premium. What if I told you you could do the opposite? You could do the opposite. You could go from a low to a high, wait for price to retrace below 50%, and then take it to the next highs. So this is a premium type of drop, and what I'm showing you is a discount type of bounce. Okay, so this is basically just the opposite of what we talked about earlier. And if I'm talking fast, don't even worry. You can watch the recording, play that part back. I just can't spend too much time on certain things because we got a lot to talk about. So, once again, if we're going to stay energetic, stay bullish, this order block is going to work right now. If we're about to make a retracement into discount, this fair value gap will work. What you mean? Chill out. I got you. 5 minute. You see the 5 minute right here? There's a 5 minute bullish fair value gap right here. Okay? 5 minute bullish fair value. Let's go ahead and label that. 5 minute. It's really called the BISI, but I'm gonna make it easy for the people that's new with the terminology. So 5 minute bullish fair value gap. All right. So y'all got two spots that price could operate from. So you got two different trade ideas. I told my mentees, I said, yo, anything other than these two PD rays is noise. So when I talk about simplifying the market, it's like, imagine you could just, if you know what price is, let's break this down for real. You know where price is going. Okay. How do you get there? Well, it will either be this spot or this spot. If we never came to either one and we kept momentum to the upside, guess what? We're gonna be going to the upside via fair value gaps. And so you can test out these fair value gaps maybe as another thing that could take you higher. That's cool too. But no matter what, you want to just use PD arrays to support your bias. So I say that to say, we want to see if price could tap into this to go higher. Now, you see here, we were looking at this as a spot, but the thing is, we wait for confirmation to take trades on. You can take it eagerly. If it matches your risk to reward, I'm not mad at you just getting in. Let me show y'all. If it matches your risk to reward, you can just get in right now. Like that. You can just get in. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna see what's up. Because you might say, hey, my stop loss is gonna be, I don't know, under the order block or something like that. And so I'm in 4 contracts. Yeah, let me show y'all more realistically. Let's go to something more traditional. Let's go 1 contract and let's just show y'all, like, you might say, cool, I'm rolling the risk $385. That's just, what is that? 16 is 3, you got 19. This is 19 points. You feel what I'm saying? I'm risking 19 points on the NASDAQ. That's nothing. I'm cool with that risk. My take profit is where much, much higher because we already talked about the target we have. So you're risking 385 to make 2,500. Not a bad risk to reward. I'm not mad at you. But personally, even though certain PD arrays like this order block looks really good, I still like to just minimize losses in the market and wait for confirmation. So what is confirmation going to mean for me? I personally will want to see not only us invalidate whatever bearish fair value gap's about to form. Let's make it form. It didn't even form. Never mind. So first of all, actually, no, that's a good thing for bullish. My fault. That's a good thing for bullish people because we're not even making a bearish fair value gap. So that's fire. But the thing is, it's not enough to take a trade, in my opinion. I want to see if we could create a bullish fair value gap on this 15-second time frame. Now, you may say, yo, why are you on a 15-second time frame? Like, that's crazy, is it? I don't think that's crazy if your point of interest is on the 1 minute. So understand this. To even touch the 1 minute PD array, what you think the 15-second got to do? The 15-second has to go bearish, don't it? To touch the 1 minute PD array. After the 15-second goes bearish and touches the 1 minute PD array, what do you think happens to the 15-second? It starts to go bullish. So in the 15-second, what you gonna notice? Bullish fair value guys. Bullish fair value guys that's being respected and creating more. And we maintain that sentiment. Next thing you know, we run into 1 minute highs. But the whole trade is framed off of the hourly, right? So hourly bias, you know, understanding context, maybe using this 1 minute PD array, 15-second entry, still an hourly target, valid risk to reward. So that's how we get those great risk to reward plays. So once again, you have a close and logically defined stop loss here. You're getting in because of the order block. But once again, I want to see confirmation. So I need to see them 15-second fair value gaps as something form. Am I seeing it? Nope. Okay. There's a bearish fair value gap right here now. So maybe we can invalidate this and see what happens, you know. Take it up to the VI, however you want to trade it. Okay, cool. Let's see what happens. All right. Well, it's still working. So what is price? Price is literally screaming at you. Like, it's screaming at you. Bearish PD arrays are still working. Okay. So why are you going bullish? Like, I'm telling you, price be whispering sweet nothings in your ear. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all better listen. Y'all better listen. And if you think this is just a NASDAQ thing, you're sadly mistaken. What I'm talking about right now applies to every market. I don't care if you trade crypto, options, futures, it don't matter, bro. This is price action is price action. I prove that to y'all every single week. So yeah, we can almost spill my water. but yo, look, so boom. This is still working. So do we have an entry for the 1 minute OB? No. So guess what? We saved ourselves a loss. And this is definitely not an NQ thing. Heck no. Heck no. We could trade anything in any market. I just stay on NQ. This is my favorite. I mean, but this stuff, I could trade anything. So yeah, yo. So if this order block didn't work, then what's the next spot we said? That means we probably come into a discount and we're looking at this 5 minute bullish fair value gap. Now, what time frame do we use to confirm the 5 minute bullish fair value gap? We like to confirm it with the 30-second. So I'm waiting for my moment. Because I know if the order block didn't work, I know where we're going next. When we get to here, we're on the 30-second. All right. 30-second bearish OB. 30-second bearish OB. Why did I write that? I think I meant to write bearish fair value gap. My bad. I'm confusing myself. Like, what? There ain't no order block there. Bearish fair value gap. All right. So 30-second bearish fair value gap. So once again, like, what I'm doing here is I'm looking for confirmation. So here, I want to see the 30-second invalidate a bearish PD array. When I seen price come over, this is a low spot. I'm gonna show you how I took a loss. When I seen price come over this bearish fair value gap after touching the 5 minute bullish fair value gap. All right, so let's slow it down. We got to a 5 minute bullish fair value gap, right? So what I want to see is the 30-second touch it and start to go bullish out of nowhere, quote unquote. Okay, so that's why I'm looking at the 30-second, because we touched the 5 minute area. Okay, and so we have a 30-second bearish fair value gap. And much like the other play, I'm keeping it simple and saying, you know what? If this is still working, we're still bearish. I'm waiting for it not to work. Okay, so when I see it failed because price came above it, I said, oh man, wow, let's get into a play. And we could have a stop loss probably under these lows right here. That's why the exit was right here. And so if you see, I'm really risking 16 points. 16 points on NASDAQ, once again, is not bad. So let's take a 16-point trade and see what happens. All right, that was going well. Let's go. Oh, never mind. Whoa, big candle. All right, dang, we got stopped out. That's crazy. So took a loss right here. Am I mad at that loss? No. Do I fight price action though? No. That just tells me, I bet. So I need to wait for even more confirmation. I'm not going to take too many entries at the bottom. I'll wait to get the more certain entry. And so right now, price still, cause we still in the area. You just cause the first entry don't work, mean you just gotta give up on the play. Like, relax. Sometimes price is not ready to move yet. So let me teach y'all something. This is how you avoid getting chopped up. All right. So let's say I validate the fact that we swept these lows. We popped up with a bullish fair value gap. And I say, yo, I'm getting back in the trade. Boom, let's go. Let's get back in. We out. Dang, stop that again. Oh my gosh. Now I just took 2 losses for like, yo, price is talking to you already. First, very valid entry did not work. Second, very valid entry did not work. All right. Bearish people. My fault, let me explain something. I gave you 2 valid bullish entries just now. And I want you to understand that a bearish person, how frustrated is a bearish person right now? Because as a bear, they would have wanted to see price reject this bearish fair value gap and go lower. So when I thought they was wrong, I was like, look, you bears are so stupid. Look at y'all. Look at this. We came above it. Y'all wrong. They thought they was wrong too. So the bearish person took a loss right here. If they wanted to short this fair value gap, a bearish person took a loss when price came above it. So bearish people is already out the mix. Accounts blown. They out the mix. Bullish people, guess what? Just like myself, I took a loss here too. So if both of us took a loss, maybe we should join up and be like, matter of fact, let's not have no beef. I think the market is chopping right now. Let's sit back. Let's just chill. Because this is where chop occurs. If both sides of the market is getting killed, everybody getting killed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So at this point, that's why it's like, yo, just just chill, let price figure itself out. Don't force it. Don't take 55 trades in the same area and let price figure itself out. You see price is chopping around here, is ranging. So you can just let price figure itself out. So here on a live trade, we only took one loss, right? I took the first loss and that's it. I didn't need to see 9 up. On a live trade, I said, y'all. You see this bearish fair value gap? I ain't gonna lie. There's no way in hell, I'm gonna be real, like there's no way in hell that if we cross over this, we're still bearish like that. And there's reasons I could say that. I want to be fair to my mentees, but maybe I can at least say to you guys, like, maybe think of it like this. For us to invalidate not just the nearest fair value gap, but to invalidate the fair value gap in a premium of this price leg, invalidating not just this fair value gap, but this fair value gap, invalidating both of them is really showing you like, bro, we're probably not bearish. Like anybody still being in short on the market right now, if you still short the market after that, you're just hoping and holding right now. You feel what I'm saying? And like Juliet said, apologies if I'm butchering the name. Yeah, it went over 50%, meaning you came to a premium and it didn't work. Like, yo, get out of your shorts right now. If you bearish, you hoping and holding, you just gambling right now. And so that's why I say, I'm basically just trying to find a spot in the market to where I know the bears are wrong. And I love, even though I seen price come here, I think Elijah just mentioned that. Oh, never mind. But first of all, you're right, Elijah. But I thought I saw you write something that was my bad. So I'll say it myself. Yo, you see this bullish fair value gap? Do y'all think it's a coincidence that price came to the exact 50%? This is the bottom, by the way. Like, yo, for people who are new to these concepts, I'm going to show y'all over time that the market is algorithmically driven. It is not a coincidence. If you think it's an accident that we bounced to the exact tick at the 50% of that, you're sadly mistaken. And on the live trade, what I told my mentees is I want to see price respect the upper half of this fair value gap. I do not want price to come to the lower half of this fair value gap to go higher. That's not what I want to see. Okay? And so we're not looking for price to come down here, but look how price came right to the 50%. If you think that's a coincidence, you got to stick around some more. I'll change your mind over time. Now, after we hit that, what you notice, price starting to break to the upside after what? Respecting a bullish fair value gap. So all of a sudden, bullish PD rays are working again. Oh, snap. What I say bullish sentiment is not just making a fair value gap, right? Not just making it, but tapping into it and creating another one, right? Another one, DJ Khaled, another one. So you see how we tapped into it and made another one right here? That's a good sign. So I got 2 bullish signals for myself in my head. And the third one is what? Don't forget, the third one is we invalidated the bearish premium fair value gap. Let's take a trade. We lit. It's up from here. Let's take a trade. We lit. So you see this is the entry on this trade. That's the entry we took on live. And where would your stop loss be at this point? Where would your stop loss be at this point? Anybody came to my masterclass, hopefully y'all see you got a gorgeous order block right here. So this stop loss is about 22 points away. People that came to my masterclass, no, we're not waiting for the whole order block to get traded through. We don't have to. I'm not going to tell y'all where the stop loss will be. And it's not about it being 50% of the order block. It's deeper than that. It's not just because people be like, oh, the price should always respect 50% of every order block. That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. It's a little deeper than that. But regardless, our stop loss is maybe 15 points away on this trade. But at least you could, so one note that I will say out loud is just use PD arrays to support your bias. So once again, if we're bullish, would you guys want to see this fair value gap getting validated? At least? No. If you're bullish, you wouldn't want to see that getting validated. If you're bullish, would you want to see price come back to this consolidation that we just left? No. If we breaking out, we should break out and hold the breakout. So that's why you place your stop loss based on this PD array / this logic altogether. Don't hope and hold. Don't hope and hold. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why, you could trust this breakout because you have PD arrays to protect you on the breakout. All right. And like Keisha said, yeah, a huge part of what we do is identifying and understanding fair value gaps. Correct. Fair value gaps tell us a heck of a lot. It's not just places to take trades on. It tells you about sentiment. And so I know I gave a market structure masterclass last week, and it helps out a lot of people, but I just want to keep reiterating that is just a foundation. I don't trade break a structure, change a character, higher high, higher low. I don't do that. I don't get my price direction from that. I have a deeper understanding of price action. Why do I still teach that though? Because it's a great foundation that you can build from. Okay, but I'm telling y'all gonna know if you're bullish, bearish, way quicker, way earlier, and way more efficiently than any market structure could ever tell you. And a part of that analysis is absolutely fair value gaps. All right, so yeah, and like Maria said, we not hoping to hold in. And like Elijah said, trade with the big money because we not the market makers. We got to trade with them. That's a fact. So yeah, so here we go. Oh, I didn't even show this. I forgot to say this part, but you see when prices over here, you seen how I rejected this bearish OB. So once again, masterclass people, y'all see, man, them order blocks, it reacted exactly where we wanted to. It reacted exactly where we wanted it to on the way down, because guess what? We bearish until we hit the place where we're supposed to go bullish from. How we know we're supposed to go bullish from there? Let's remind everybody, because I feel like y'all forgetting context. The hourly already told us this morning that this entire red candle is going to be treated like a gap. We're going to fill it in. We're going for CPI highs. So I got a bias from a higher time frame already. All I'm doing is using the lower time frames to support my higher time frame bias. So if we were not going to react to the 1 minute bullish order block that was right here, right? Damn, I didn't mean to do that. Right there, right? The only other spot we could bounce from is this bullish fair value gap. That's going to take us there. All right. So there's two. We tried we didn't even try it. The 1 minute bullish fair value gap that was here, we never got confirmation. No trade. 5 minute bullish fair value gap, we go to the 30-second, looking for confirmation. We tried, failed. Cool, took a loss. Let's see how this entry goes here. So you see price flying away, flying up and away, up and away, up and away. Popped off of this order block right there, popped up, and then price flies to our phase 2 algo target exit. And so this is I definitely can't talk about this. This is phase two. I don't even talk about this with my phase one members. But once again, I do trade small money concepts, but I trade something else alongside it, and it's like a beautiful sidekick to it. But that's what I teach my grad school students, my undergrad students. Small money concepts is what I teach that group, which is perfectly fine. You don't even need the grad school stuff, but when you get the grad school information, you're gonna see just how crazy it is in the market. But we basically held it from here up in the here. So this trade went over 100 points. It's 104 points already, just coming to this phase two algo target. And so this is a really solid play here on the NASDAQ. And that's what I mean by, like, you know, when you get your bias from a higher time frame and you enter on a lower time frame, you have such a great risk to reward. Let's remember my initial trade entry, I risked 15 points to make 104 minimum, because really the target is CPI highs, but minimum, bro, like just minimum. Risking 15 for 100, like that's not a good risk to avoid. Come on. So that you could take freaking, you know, 5 losses and still be net positive if you trade like that. More than 5 losses, to be honest. But yeah, all you need is one setup to work. So that's why it's good to wait on that. Price runs the 5-minute highs and we continue. And so that's that. So, you know, you got the algo target. We hit that and then we start consolidating. Then we come down. Then I think it breaks higher or whatever. I think it actually consolidates the rest of the day here, something like that. But either way, that was a trade we took, and then we was good on the day. So that's that one. Let me know so far, man. Let me know so far. How y'all feeling? So y'all getting something out of this? Can I get a 1 in the chat if you getting something out of what we talked about? I know I use a lot of different terminology, but I'm trying to help y'all along. Can I just know I need a mindset of 2? Okay. So Lamar probably a little. You got some. If you have a question, you can ask it in the chat though. By the way. Oh, you put a 1. Okay, you put a 2 by accident. Appreciate it. He edited it. It's like, yo, ask a question. But yeah, if you do have a question, anybody though, definitely feel free to ask it as much as you want. But I appreciate y'all feedback in the chat. And yeah, Keisha, like you're gonna see, like this chart is algorithmically driven, which makes sense, right? Can I just make a quick spiel? Don't it make sense that it's rigged, to be honest? Like if there's billions and trillions of dollars involved in something, when has it ever been fair? When is money ever driven fairness? Money is always driven by corruption and greed. So whoever is at the top, like, yeah, people in the know, they're gonna rig it so that they can profit from it. So what we do is we just try to learn how the algorithm tends to deliver price. And on top of that, think about it like this: people try to sell you like the market is random. Do you think if you was playing, I'm really picture this, y'all. I'm trying to chill. My passion be coming out. Hold up. Really picture this though. Like you got billions of dollars on the line. You gonna play in a game that's random, bro? Come on, son. What are y'all talking about? If you got billions out, you're gonna play in a game that's random? Does that make sense to you? Come on, man. Just think. Just think. Right? Just think. It's smoke and mirrors. That's why we don't care about news events. We don't care about Jerome Powell talking. Jerome Powell's talking during this whole stuff, by the way. He was talking on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. We were not listening to Jerome Powell. We traded this stuff without JP. And I just showed you how the charts are doing exactly what it's supposed to without JP. For me, this 5-minute fair value gap right here, you seen price come to the exact 50% of it before we went higher. Jerome Powell says something bullish at that exact second. You really gonna think Jerome Powell says something bullish at the exact tick to where we touched the 50% of that fair value gap and then went higher? He's just good with his timing like that. Like what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Nah, this chart is not from the Discord question, nah. And I appreciate you, Elijah. That mean a lot. Yeah, I definitely get passionate about this stuff. So Julian said, how high is prediction if it breaks high? What you mean, like if it breaks these highs, where we have it going? We about to get to that right now, if that's what you're asking. I got you. We about to get to that right now. I got you. That's Wednesday. Dang, let's move to the next play. About to get there right now for you. Thursday. Went way too fast. My bad, y'all. See, I'm spoiler alert. Dang, man. Dang, I'm spoiling it, the whole thing. See, I notice I knocked off some yellow lines here already. Let's knock them off. Let's knock them off, man. We getting there. I might need that one. I don't remember. We getting there. I'm knocking off the yellow lines, but there's more to talk about. There's more source coming. More to talk about. Hold on. What is this? 8. Let's go to 15, 30. All right, so on this day, this is Thursday now. PPI news comes out on Thursday at 8:30. You see it has like a green candle or whatever. But then price was like consolidating heading into market open. Now, see, what's that? 8, that's 9:30. So no, not that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to. This is what it was. That's 9:15. Okay, so prior to market open, this is kind of what it looks like. And what you're gonna see here is, why did I say short entry here? Like, I feel like that should be, no, I think I know what this is. My bad. I know what that is. My bad, y'all. Sorry. Okay. So, all right. So basically, PPI comes out. You have Asia highs above. I like to look at the highs and lows of Asia. I like to look at the highs and lows of the London session. This is the high of Asia, but just above is the, you can't see it that well because it's so crowded. Apologies. The previous week highs. PWH is the previous week highs. So to me, the plan that I'm telling my team at the time, because we live traded this as well, I'm gonna break down the live trade. I'm like, hey, everybody, if we can take Asia highs, then I would expect us to run to previous week highs. But there's very specific instructions that I gave with that. I ain't just leave it there. If we take Asia highs, I actually said this in the Discord too. We need to respect fair value gaps around Asia highs. That way we could go higher. Because if we run Asia highs and we disrespect the fair value gaps around that area, guess what we're doing? That's a sweep, and price is going to drop down into at least a discount of that price leg. Wow, that's crazy. Who would have thunk? Feel me? So boom, that's the plan. We want to watch price go to Asia highs, and then we want to see what it does. If it respects its fair value gaps, previous week highs. Let's keep trading simple. All right, so do we want to trade inside this consolidation? No, plus 930 didn't even come yet. Why would you trade this plus 930 did not even come yet? All right, 930 comes and we, oh my bro calling me. Bro, let me just tell bro, I'm just writing him a text, teaching class. Apologies. All right, so look, he ain't called me in like a couple months, so that's all. I ain't expect him to call me. So yeah, we break out right here, very strong breakout right there. Got the fair value gap. We got another fair value gap. Things look real good. Things look real good to the upside. All right. So Asia highs finally get ran. Actually on the way to Asia highs, I had taken an entry expecting a breakout, and then I set my stops break even. So I had taken an entry somewhere around here after seeing us react to this fair value gap and push out. I took an entry. Immediately my stops went break even, because to me, if we invalidate this fair value gap, we're coming down, and we're coming down hard. Okay. So, and that's what I said on the live trade as well. So I'm in the trade. We're in profit, yes, but my stops is break even, because once again, we either about to do this or we are about to do this, and there is no in between. All right, no in between. So this is where you start having if-then statements. This is where you like I said, simplify the chart for yourself. It's like, if we're bullish, then this will happen. If we're bearish, then this will happen, and that's it. So price comes. All right, it's starting to consolidate. Uses the red candle to go higher. Shout out my masterclass people. That's that continuation OB. But the thing about that continuation OB is, after it ran these highs, it had no follow through. So it's like, yeah, you know, this red candle took us higher, but it had no follow through. All right, last test is this fair value gap. If it ain't this, we coming down hard. Well, what do you think about to happen? Boom. So I take my short entry right here. After I seen this getting validated. So obviously we got stopped out break even, by the way, which was perfectly fine. And we just went on the other side because it's an if-then statement. Next thing you know, short entry. When you enter here, what should your stop loss be? In my opinion, stop loss should be based on this green candle. So let's clean up some of this. We don't need Asia highs no more. I bet. So stop loss at this point should be based on this green candle. We don't need to come back to this fair value gap. And with the momentum we have here, to be honest, there's no reason to invalidate this fair value gap to the left. Neither should we invalidate this green candle. So let's reiterate. Stop losses are not based on just money. Oh, I don't want to lose $30. I don't want to lose. Stop losses should be based on the chart. If you understand the chart on a deeper level, you can know, hey, if we're bearish, price shouldn't come above here. And that type of trading is so much more simple to me. It's like, yo, I just know, like, I know when I'm wrong right away. Just like I told y'all on the bullish entry I took, I knew for a fact that if we invalidated this fair value gap, I am wrong, bro. I'm wrong. We are bearish. So the whole play is based on this bullish fair value gap. And if it ain't that, yo, we're bearish. And now my trade is based on us holding this area. And if we don't hold this area, yo, people, if we don't hold this area, what you think we probably about to do? If we don't hold that, we about to chop, bro, for a little while. So you set price alerts above and below the range. Trying to tell y'all, bro. Trying to tell y'all. You missing it though. You missing it though. You half listening. You half listening. So what we targeting here on the live trade? On the live trade, we targeted them lows right here. These are the lows we targeted on the live trade. So we go from 907, and then you see what's going on. So yup, price dropped off real hard. Solid trade. We up 70-something points. Shout out Keisha, you caught that whole drop. That's what's up. You feel what I'm saying? And then at this point, what I don't want to see is, I don't want to see price disrespect this fair value gap right here. I ended up trimming on the return to it. So when price touched that fair value, I trimmed, and then I held my runner based on the respect of it. But yeah, so we trimmed one, things are going well. I'm like, okay, we might be lit. Let's take the other one off, and then we cash. You know what I'm saying? But and once again, you see what I mean, where it's like expectations based on these fair value gaps. Because if we're bearish, guess what will happen? If we're not bearish, guess what will happen? We gonna push. Like, come on. Like, come on. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, just keep trading simple. Because even if I took an entry here from 865 to 907, that's another 42-point move. You feel me? That's like, if I wanted to, I'm not chasing price around. I don't have to do that. But I'm just saying, if you want to scalp the range, that's another 42-point move off the rip. Just by understanding, like, okay, this fair value gap is the most important spot in price action right now. All right. And so boom, we pushing, everything good. We made good money. We chilling. We staying patient, waiting on the next opportunity that price action gives us. And looks like it's somewhere around here. So 30 seconds. Let's see. Okay. Bet. Remember this. All right. So actually, I remember this. This annoyed me on the trade. This annoyed me OD on the trade. Yo. So I basically told everybody I want to see price clear these red highs. When we clear these red highs, I think we should be bullish after that. So price clears the red high, but it's consolidating. So I'm like, I don't really have a good entry for real. And then I was like, yo, you know what, y'all? I'm thinking about getting in with a stop loss like slightly below this little fair value gap. I was thinking about it, like, as I'm thinking about it, yo, you see this happen. It said, boom, this whole candle. I was like, oh shoot. Like, this happened in a flash of an eye. I was like, yo, what's up? So I ended up taking an entry. I FOMO'd into this entry, low key. This is the yellow line where I entered. Cause I was like, dang, we about to push. Cause remember everybody, previous week highs, don't forget. See that yellow line? That was the target. Don't forget, that was the target. So I'm like, dang, we about to go there right now without me. Low-key FOMO'd in. But even though I FOMO'd in, there's still logic, y'all. Because for me, as I'm looking at this candle, I don't want to see us invalidate half of that candle. Okay? I don't want to invalidate half of that candle. So for me, even though I'm getting in at 951, I had a stop loss 13 points away. So don't ever trip. Like, we still risk managed, even though it was a bit of a FOMO entry. And my reasoning for that is, if we're gonna run these previous highs, I don't want to see us invalidate the upper half of this fair value gap. This is my only expectation. So once we start coming to the lower half, I don't want this trade no more. Get out of my face. And so price does exactly that though. I took a loss right there, 13-point loss. and then it goes much lower. So you see why it's important to get out when you get signs to get out. Because imagine I was hoping and holding like, no, we're supposed to go to previous week highs. Like, no, and I start crying and somebody give me a baby bottle. Like, no, bro. Like, imagine getting at 951 and I'm taking a loss at 877. What was that, 74 points? A 74-point loss is crazy. When I could have took a 13-point loss and just gotten back in. I could just get back in. So I'm trying to tell you, like, don't hope and hold, people. There's no need to do that. Like, you get in trades with good logic, good stop losses, and then you I could get apple juice instead. Maria a real one. She a real one. She know. Nah, but get in with sound logic, y'all. Sound logic. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's all you need. All right, so boom. Price come up. Like, okay, previous week highs, that's an obvious one now. They run that. We got a 1 minute Bissy here. What did I say? What I say, y'all, I want to see what respected if we're going to go higher. I said you want to see the fair value gaps around those breakout levels. Those things should be respected if we're going to continue. So I'm going to see this. So I entered here on this trade. I entered here on this trade because to me, I was cool with my stop loss being from 971 down to 961. This is 10 points. If you cannot risk 10 points, you are oversized and you're never going to last in this game. If you cannot risk 10 points on the NASDAQ. So I have a stop loss based on 10 points, but I'm expecting a very strong breakout as I'm getting phase 2 confirmation. So by phase 2, I know we're supposed to be coming here next, right? Based on phase 2. But even outside of that, and by the way, you can see us at, that's how many points away? What is that, 29 plus 52? Like, come on, man. That's a lot of points. So we well up like 80 something points, basically, if I'm correct, but I'm risking 10. I'm risking 10 to make 80 something. I'm good with that, bro. Very good with that. All right. So yeah, we not oversizing our trades. We need to be able to trade the next day, trade the next play. Don't ever bet your whole account on one trade. It's never wise. So we get into the trade, and then the rest be history. After that is lit, everything good. Price really blasting off. You can see that, and we looking for that phase 2 algorithmic target, because algorithmically, from way below, there is a 80 something percent probability. This is all based on statistical data. This is not 80 something percent probability that we're gonna end up touching this line. So when we touch that line, you see what's up. Now I'm watching what? I'm watching PD arrays around that line. It's the same process over and over and over. For what I'm saying. So me personally, I ain't want to see us invalidate this fair value gap. We still good. All right, we holding it back. We good. Never mind. Hold up. There we go. Stop me out right there. In profit. Cool. I'm chilling. Money made. You feel me? Money made. We good. And after that, just see, I see, like, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. When I tell you about them phase 2 targets, we got it at the top. This is on a live trade. Like, people took this with me. We got it at the top, bro. Based on phase 2 target. This is not liquidity. This is not fair value gaps. This is not none of that. This is an algorithmic target. Statistically, we have to come here after getting certain confirmations down in this area. And so that's why I say, like, I'm not just a smart money concept trader. I know different things about this algorithm that most people don't know. And that's why I say, like, you're not going to learn this stuff on YouTube in a real way. Most likely not find that. And I have my own discoveries, everything. But yeah, so that's why I be telling people there's a lot more to this market that you think you know, think you heard it all, but it'd be more to it. You just got to be humble enough to be like, okay, there might be information that I'm lacking. You can't make this. I did this on live. Like, I'm doing this with people in the room. They did. They're in the room right now. You know what I'm saying? So that was our exit. And then you see we have this deep retracement. It still goes lower, I think. Yeah, it goes even lower. So man, from the phase 2 target all the way to down here, we just retraced like 200 points. Like, that's a big drop. So good thing we got out where we got out at before price moved higher. And I think I'm almost done with this little breakdown. This is where Trump was talking. Oh my gosh, I don't know if y'all was in the market at this time. Trump was going crazy and the market was going zigzagging in this little area. Like, bro, stay cash, stay cash. Once price cleared the area, it was very clear that we're gonna make new highs. And so ignore the purple area, please. Please ignore the purple area. Please ignore the purple area. It's not relevant. Please ignore the purple area. All right, so yeah, just pretty much trying to get in position to make new highs. And so I ended up entering my play here. I think this is the play from another thing I put in the Discord is this. But yeah, this is 22.030. So yeah, I got in right here at 22.030 for this play. So you can see, yeah, this is it right here, 22.030. All right, so my reason for getting into this trade that y'all see me put in the Discord is I'm already bullish. I'm expecting this to really break out higher, all the above, blah, 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 blah. You see this consolidation? All right, if we consolidating, I'm looking for us to break out. I already have a higher time frame bullish bias. And so since I'm bullish on a higher time frame, I believe that after this consolidation, we're either going to sweep lower and go higher, or we're just going to simply go higher. It's one of the two. I am not thinking we're bearish because the higher time frame already snitched. The higher time frame already told us we're bullish. So after this consolidation, I'm just simply waiting for some type of bullish confirmation. I seen that we ran these highs. If we're gonna run those highs, this fair value gap, we want to see price respected, especially the upper half, ideally. So once I see price respected and start to push, I took my chances on it. And yeah, that's the play that y'all seen in the Discord. And it went pretty well. To the upside. And oh yeah, I held through this. As y'all seen in the screenshot, I held through this pullback. Reason I held through this pullback is because I'm looking for this fair value gap above the consolidation to work out. So I really didn't think we were going to invalidate that. Plus, I'm looking for price to run up here, if I remember correctly. Just forgive me for like a blurry memory. But basically, once again, I had a higher time frame bias. And then I just exit my trades based on PD arrays. So right now, I can see this PD array. I would want that to hold. All right, so yeah, that's why I exited right there. That's literally why I exited right there. Once it didn't hold, I was like, all right, I'm good. I'll take my profits. That's all I need. Get in down here, take profits up here. I think that's a solid trade if you ask me. I'm good. And that was that. So that was that last demonstration. And then there's like one quick point I'll make on one more day of price action. Which is a super quick point too. Phase 2 algo target. What was this? Phase 2 algo target. What is this? I forgot. I'm gonna just delete it because I don't remember why I put that there. We don't need to buy side liquidity no more. Oh, I mean, so in the Discord, in the morning time, I gave you guys, I said before the news comes out, my expectation is to use the upper half of this hourly BISI, and I drew an arrow like that. This is literally what I drew in the Discord. Before the news event comes out at 8:30, just to prove to y'all that we don't care about news because price is going to do what it's supposed to do. So before the news came out, it's in the Discord right now. It's timestamped. This is literally what I drew. And then y'all seen price deliver this for the rest of the day. Now, is it a clean delivery? No. Friday's price action was trash. I didn't even live trade Friday with the game, because I was like, I could tell Friday's gonna be trash, but you still seen it do what it do. Like, we came up there, and I think we got right next to it today finally. Yeah, did it touch it? Yeah, okay. So that's where we currently at. At this exact moment, this is where NASDAQ is at right now. So y'all seen it. Y'all watching it play out in live action. You know what I mean? And bullish, masterclass people, this was a setup for you. Bullish order block, easy play to the upside, and we'll see what happens. I do believe we'll come to this yellow line. I wouldn't trade this. It's a holiday. We're consolidating. It's not highly probable. I think it's bad price action right now. Just because you know where price is going doesn't mean you have to take the trade there. That's the discipline you start to develop. Once you come across certain information, you're always going to know where price is going. And that doesn't mean you 100%, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, you'll always have logic to where price could go, and you'll be accurate probably 80-something% of the time on where price is going. Does that mean you need to take every trade? No, because sometimes trades look like this. Is this fun to trade? Who likes trading conditions like this? I know I don't. And so just because if I feel like, oh, it should probably touch this yellow line, I don't need to take the trade there. I really don't. I'm not feeding for that, but just this is before the news event came out on Friday, retail sales. I put this out and y'all seen it delivered just now. So simply put, when I say this it's an algorithm and news events don't matter, I'm proving it every day. All right, so that's a demonstration right there. And like Q said, even a rigged game is fun to play once you learn how it works. That's a fact, as a whole fact. Word. So yeah, and Friday, I could imagine Friday being annoying for people. I'm glad I pretty much sat out Friday from. I took one little play, but that's it. So, and it was successful, but that was it. Once I made that, I was like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm not trading Friday. Thank God, because Friday looks really ugly to me. Literally the only good play was ironically the order block, and that's why, man, if you missed the order block masterclass, you missed out. Like, you missed out severely, because people think they know order blocks and they really don't. They really don't. If you think an order block is the one opposite color candle before any impulsive move, you're sadly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? You're just missing a lot of criteria, missing tons of criteria. I don't know when I'm gonna do the next masterclass, but anybody could DM me for the recording of the masterclasses I did last week, because I don't do those often. That's why I was like, yo, y'all should get in right away, because I really don't do those masterclasses often. But I do have the recordings for the ones that I just did. So if anybody wants to purchase that, just contact me, DM me. The market structure one is $65. The order blocks one is $89. So just DM me and we'll figure that out. DM me on Discord. You can DM me on Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, my links are in the description. And yeah, so that's that. Now let's move to the next part of class. We press for time now. I'm gonna try to get y'all out of here at a good time. So I'm just glad I got to go through all those demonstrations. I told you I got a lot to say today, bro. A lot to say. I'm glad my chart is back clean. That's what we like to see, a nice clean chart. The only lines that matter to me right now are literally on the screen for real. That's all I need. This is what my chart would look like on a regular day. And I'll go ahead and put this here right now because this is important to me. This fair value gap. All right, so this is all I need on my chart right now. This fair value gap, a couple bullish targets, and this is all I need, because this is the if-then statement for me right now. Like, my if-then statement is based on that purple area, but we will talk about that. Guess what time it is, man? Guess what time it is? Time for that yacht debate. Yeah. Talk to me, man. It's time for the chart debate. So this is what the free members picked right now. So far, it's a real close game, but most people think that line 2 is the answer. So 17 people pick line 2, 15 people pick line 1. We got a real close one today. I'm nervous to reveal the answer. I don't know, man. That's what the free community chose. Let's go ahead and check in on the mentees. Let's see what they talking about. Since these mentees just think they know everything, these silly mentees, man, I can't stand them people. Facts. Let's see what they talking about. Okay, so 26 mentees chose line 1, and only 8 mentees chose line 2. So we have 27, my fault. Mentee just answered. Whoever just answered, all right, 27 mentees chose line 1, and only 8 of them chose line 2. So what's the math on that? 27 out of 35? 27 out of 35 people think it's going to be line 1. I don't know, man. Are the mentees right, or are the free people about to show up the mentees? It's time to find out for real, man. It's time to find out. I'm nervous. Oh my God, man. Dang, like I need some candy or something. I'm nervous. What you got? Oh, I got these multivitamin like gummies, man. I should eat this, right? What y'all think? The sponsor for today's video is, it's like, nah, I'm playing. I ain't giving them no free promo. Drink some water since before I reveal the answer. I'm just feeling a little thirsty, like, my gosh, yo, like, man, my shoulder hurt. Like, I just worked on. Y'all want the answer or something? Like, I got y'all. Like, y'all want the answer. Y'all don't want to hear all that. Y'all want the answer. Let me go ahead and provide that for y'all, man. Yo, the mentees about to get shown up. What's up with the mentees? Let me find out right quick, man. Hold on. This thing in the way. Hold on. What we doing? What we doing? Okay, mentees, y'all showed out. Y'all did y'all thing. I know that's what I let it. I let it build a suspense. Yeah, line one, pull. Y'all did y'all thing. Line one, it really got up out of there. Yup, real talk, Mr. Vincent. Like people lie, but deal well and signatures do not. Maria, you doing your thing. Shout out you. Shout out you, Julian as well. Julian always sniping. That's what's up. Um, so a question in the chat says, okay, but for real, based on basic market structure, isn't this a double top indicating reversal? You are absolutely correct, Keisha. So notice that people who learned under me, right? I had 35 people learn under me, and 27 of them see the same thing you see and say, I don't really care about market structure because based on what I've seen already, I know it's going to line one. And so I just want y'all to remember, like, this is why I graduated from market structure, because I started noticing that, like, don't get me wrong, I know a lot of good traders that trade market structure. I'm just saying that there's cleaner and more efficient ways to go about the market. I go very in depth in my mentorship. I really do. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link is in the description. And it's really not just to market. It's really because I genuinely have so much to say, and I want to say it so bad, but I have to be fair, not only to my product, but to my mentees. It's just like so much I want to say as to why we don't care about this change of character. Like, don't care about that change of character. It means literally nothing. Like, what the heck is a change of character? Who cares about that, bro? I don't care about that. Because Price already told me what's gonna happen. I think I zoomed in too much, my fault. Yeah, Price already told me what's gonna happen. I didn't, it's like, we know we're gonna line one off the rip. We know. So yes, you're right. You might I don't trade chart patterns, but you might see a double top, which I don't care about chart patterns for sure. But more importantly, you may see a change of character and think, yo, we're bearish, so we're gonna short this fair value gap. This fair value gap in this context is a gap. It's a gap, not a fair. It's a gap. We're gonna fill it out, and we're gonna attack the liquidity that exists at line one. And when we run liquidity, we run it aggressively. Look how price respects the fair value gap on the breakout level, and we continue higher. This is just textbook. This is easy, a very easy play. So everybody on my threads that was in my comments talking about I need more information. I need more information. Did 35 mentees need more information? It's like, no. It's like, I'm telling you, there's just information that you can really use that can really help you as a trader. That's all I'm trying to say. Because when you know where the market is going with a strong probability, think about that, how that can help your trades out. I just went through a bunch of demonstrations on me having a bullish bias based on higher time frame, helped me take all these different trades, massive trades, 100+ point trades multiple times in the same week. And it's just based on higher time frame draw, understanding where the higher time frame is going and using the lower time frame to support it. But like, a quick point on that is like somebody in my threads told me, like, okay, I need more context because what she said, I need another time frame. And I'm trying to say, like, respectfully too, like, I understand, like, we all come from different spots, so I don't mean this in a mean way at all. I just want people to open their mind. It's like a frustration out of like love, you feel me? Like, you just want people to know so bad, and it's like, yo, you don't need another time frame because price is fractal. You know what I'm saying? And like Mary, my mentee, says, you don't need more info if you know the signatures that I go over in a mentorship. And that's a fact. It's like, you like the monthly and the 15-second do the same stuff. So she, the woman who's replying me on threads, she's assuming that this picture, let me pull it back up. She's assuming this picture is a lower time frame. And it's not that she's wrong. I don't remember what time frame this is. Actually, this was the 30-minute. This is 30-minute. I feel like she was assuming that this is the 5-minute or something like that. And it's like, it doesn't matter, because the 5-minute and the 30-minute are going to do the same stuff. Like, they do the same stuff. I could just show you the monthly. It's the same stuff. I take monthly order blocks. I take monthly fair value guys. I take monthly liquidity sweeps. It doesn't matter. It's the same stuff. So it's like, price already proved, based on what price did in this lower area, we already know where it's going after that. It's not a question. And with the clear liquidity draws and stuff, it's not a question. And no, we're not perfect, but it's like a strong probability. Like, come on. Like Lo said, another man say he's not lying. Real talk. It's all it is. So that's a side note. Well, that's the chart to big for y'all. Let's move on to the very last part of class. I'm gonna do this as quick as possible. very last part of class, which is us figuring out what's coming next in the market. Like this is like the watch list side of it. Like what we got, what's happening next. All right, so tomorrow is President's Day. The futures market closes at 1 p.m. Eastern. And so I don't expect much movement. I'm not trading tomorrow, most likely not trading tomorrow. But you know, Tuesday, the whole week is not eventful. You know, this minutes thing says minutes of the FOMC meeting. That is not Jerome Powell talking on the podium. Don't get it confused. People always confuse that. He's not speaking this week. This is basically a document recapping what they talked about last month. All right, so this is not that. You might get a little flash candle, so be careful. Wednesday at 2 p.m. They have like a flash candle, but that's it. Nothing crazy. So there's not really much to talk about. There's no economic events that should really like shift the market too crazy, which potentially could. It really goes either way. We're either going to chop based on that, or we're going to have a decent movement because the market is not waiting on any news. So it could go either way. All right. Lamont said, yo, I've been tuning in for about 2 weeks. Just that time alone, I've gotten funded accounts and I've made more with less trades and a clean chart. Keep doing your thing, bro. I appreciate you saying that. Real talk. That mean a whole lot. Like literally what I do for. So shout out you, and more kudos to you than me on that. Real talk. Because it's you executing, it's you investing in yourself, it's you showing up, and it's you making the changes and the adjustments. So it's really like shout out you for real. Keep doing your thing. And Bernie put the link in the chat again. He said, I could give you guys a source only if you're ready to open your mind. So shout out you, Bernie, as well. Another mentee. Y'all amazing. My mentees make it worth it. Real talk. Yeah, make it worth it. So yeah, man. So let's get back to the charts though. So don't expect too much. I don't expect too much movement. I don't expect like the market to consolidate waiting on a news event. We might just have smooth moves this week, hopefully, because there's nothing, it's not CPI, it's not FOMC, it's not non-farm payroll, nothing like that. So let's see what we got this week. You know. All right, so let's go to the dollar. I'm gonna touch on a few different markets. We're gonna start with the dollar and Forex. We'll talk crypto, we'll talk futures, little options. We're gonna jump around a little bit. I'm gonna try to get this done in like maybe 20 minutes. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to get this done right away, like as soon as possible. So boom, let's move fast. DXY, man, the dollar. This is the dollar. I told y'all this. I said what? Who remembers what I said? I said I am bullish on the dollar as long as we hold this weekly BISI. It's a weekly BISI, so you need weekly bodies to hold it, correct? Weekly bodies to hold it. So what happened on this week? Weekly held it, went all the way up here. I'm gonna show you in the 4-hour. We came down into it, came all the way up here, and it dropped back off. I'm like, okay, that's not a good sign. Like, that's not a good sign for continuation. So I say, yo, it's an if-then statement. If we do not hold this, I think the dollar is gonna have a massive drop. Massive drop. Last week, I said, yo, everybody, we're still consolidating we're gonna consolidate potentially between the weekly bullish fair value gap and the daily bearish fair value gap. Now, let's really zoom in and see what just transpired. What do you notice about the bodies of these daily candles on this daily fair value gap? The bodies held the area. Y'all not hearing me for real. Like, is it a coincidence every time? Why are the daily bodies holding the daily fair value gap like that? That can't be a coincidence every time. I told y'all, I said they're going to battle. The bullish PD rate and the bearish PD rate will go at war. You stay cash. Don't fight two very valid PD rates. Don't fight that. Stay cash. Let it pick a side. You've seen how we respected the bearish one. Let it pick a side. It just finally invalidated the bullish one. We got a weekly closure under it. I can officially delete this. And now I'm aiming for bearish targets on the weekly. All right. So super ultra short term, I do believe that before we ever run these highs, I think we'll come into this target right here. 105.782. That's one minor target. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I do believe that when I look at the monthly here, which by the way, monthly bullish fair value gap. See how price respected the upper half and everything. A monthly bearish fair value gap. All right. very interesting. I didn't like, for a bearish person, right? I'm speaking to my bears in the room. I did not like bearishly how the monthly bodies went above 50% here. I didn't want to see that as a bearish person, but it might just work out. You know, it might just work out. So that's something that's still suspect to me a little bit. Like it went a little high for me. But short term, intermediate term, I do think that the dollar is gonna come down into this monthly fair value gap down to here. I'm aiming for this minimum. All right, there's a fair value gap right before it. If you want to play it safe, you could let price trade into that, but I think it's gonna come into this one next. And so what I look at this as is a potential AMD. But I don't know. Put it like this. It's either let me show you the two things I'm looking at. Notice how we consolidated, right? I'm looking at this being manipulation before distribution, or I'm looking at we consolidated, right? We break out, come back in, and then pop back out. But no matter what, if you notice, I still think that we're gonna come back into the range, no matter what. So at least this part is important to me. Once we get to this area, that fair value gap I was talking about, once we get to that area, I need to watch what price action is doing on the daily time frame to let me know what comes next. But I do believe once again that the dollar is making its way down here. Okay. Yeah, so the dollar, typically when the dollar is moving down, typically that's supposed to be bullish for the stock market. So I do think that the dollar has room to the downside now. So that could be a potential confluence for like more bullish prices on stocks. We will see. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting out the dollar. And y'all know the reason why. We just invalidated, to me, the most important PD rate I wanted to see hold. And so I do believe we're gonna go bearish now. You could always wait for confirmation. Maybe you want to see price close under this low. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm getting early indication that we're gonna go bearish. So we'll see. Where am I wrong? By the way, I think I'm wrong if I would take price action from the top of this body to the top of this wick, right? I think I'm wrong if we come back above 50% of this rectangle. Then I think I'm wrong. Anything in between that, I think it's still gonna break down. But above 50% of that rectangle, I think I'm wrong. All right. So that's the dollar. I'm expecting bearish prices right there. Let's go to euro. So if the dollar is bearish, I'll expect euro to be bullish. So something I'm looking at is, as you see, it's already on my screen. Like how I already had it drawn out. I made this yesterday. I didn't quite touch it yet. The order block. I'm looking to see if this hourly order block could play out. It's reacting to a fair value gap so far, which make sure y'all be careful. Watch y'all mics. It's reacting to the fair value gap side so far. We'll see if it taps into the OB. Definitely could, but I'm interested in this area. I'm interested in this red candle, taking it down to the bottom of this green wick. I'm interested in this area. Personally, I'm only interested in the upper half of this area, the upper half of that area, to take us higher on euro. So that's a setup I'm looking for. If that doesn't work, I think euro has a chance to come back in a little bit lower before going higher. So another setup, if it's not that, very possible to just sweep this and go higher. But either way, I'm bullish on euro. I am bullish on euro. I would aim for these highs right here. So you see the level 1.05390. You got this on recording, so I know I'm talking fast, but it's on recording. Y'all can just play it back. British pound, a daily busy. Yeah, so I want to see price hold the upper half of this if we tap into it. I actually don't want price to come back here. I really don't. I actually want price to just continue. But if it does, definitely hold the upper half, and I would take it into these highs up in here. Let me just see the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, like I don't really need it to touch that, but you know, if it does, I want to see us hold the upper half. All right. The way it's looking now, based on the hourly time frame, I do think it's gonna come to this area though. I feel like if we were gonna push higher, it would have been off of this fair value gap. So seeing us trade under that, I think British pound could come into that daily fair value gap. Just seeing how it's reacting so far, but we'll see. All right, so that's an expectation. We got New Zealand dollar. So this is breaking out to the upside. It played out. We had price using this fair value gap to take us to the yellow line. Price hits our target. Actually, it just missed our target. Actually, interestingly enough, came really close to our target, but it's starting to push to the upside there. Something I want to see hold. I don't want to see us invalidate this daily bullish fair value gap. I don't want to see us invalidate that on New Zealand dollar and real talk. This thing could fly. This thing could fly up out of here. I short-term target, you can just aim for these previous highs right here. Short-term target, but I think it's gonna really make a nice push. So all these forex dollar pairs look smooth. USD CAD, remember USD CAD, we said we need to see this purple area take us to this yellow line. Target hit, correct? Cool. It's a horrible sign to see us come back to this purple area. And now y'all see why. My fault. I didn't mean to draw that, but now y'all see why. We didn't want to come back to that purple area, so prices starting to break down. And I'm expecting much more bearish prices here. I think this thing could really drop, in my opinion. I think it has a lot of potential to drop. I think it honestly, I think it's gonna come to this weekly fair value gap next, like down here, real talk. Let me come in here next. That's USD CAD, USD CHF. We got to our target. We wanted to take this rectangle was supposed to take us to this target. If y'all remember, I'm speaking to people who've been here. I know some of y'all see our first week, but we go over this stuff every week. So target hit, we consolidate. I think we're coming back down. I do think we're coming back down. For me, I wouldn't take trades on this ticker unless I see price lose these lows with hourly bearish fair value gaps. If we could lose it with hourly bearish fair value gaps, I would aim for, personally, it's going to take these red lows, in my opinion. Like, we're just going to come back down. These red lows are what I would aim for real. Honestly, like, I think there's massive drops coming on these dollar pairs. And last but not least on Forex, man, how beautiful is this, right? On USD JPY, comes to our weekly target here, and then you see us breaking down, rejects the lower half of this SIBI, beautiful, and yeah, price remains bearish. And so this yellow line is what I have drawn. I think we're gonna move into this next. I think we're gonna run those lows. These lows are next for me on USD JPY. So I'm telling you, these dollar pairs look real good to me. They look real good to me for some nice trades. So Forex is interesting this week. Quick Bitcoin note. I still wouldn't take any trades on Bitcoin without it clearing out these highs, or like clearing out these lows with fair value gaps. Needs to clear these lows with fair value gaps, but Bitcoin is nauseating to look at, right? Like, what is this for real? It's nothing to trade on. I just leave it alone. Set alerts above and below the range, trade it with fair value gaps. Last year, and I think May of last year, I gave 2 targets on Bitcoin. I said 95, 76, 760. Target got hit. The next target I had was 122, 520. So if we do break to the upside, I have Bitcoin coming to this still. That's still my target on Bitcoin. But if we break to the downside, of course, we'll get those bearish targets in the mix. All right, so that's the coin. Let's go to NASDAQ now. Back to Nas World. Man. So Nas. What did I draw here? Oh, that was the hourly thing, I think. That's the hourly thing I had sent y'all on Friday. Facts. Yeah, and basically the logic here, people, is, what did I say about context? People always teach you fair value gaps should be rejected on, but when order flow is bullish, fair value gaps are gaps and they're expected to get filled. So that's where I'm getting this target from. The way I view this is exactly how you could view a gap fill. Let's fill in this gap. Let's just fill in that gap, simply put. So that's why, to me, because I have a bullish bias, now y'all can understand why I send this to the chat on Friday morning before the news comes out. Because I understand, if I have this bullish bias, I like price coming into this discount fair value gap. What you mean discount? How you get discount? I'm taking it from the low of this wick to these highs. and I'm looking for a price to use that fair value gap to go higher. Mixed with some other concepts, low key, there's other reasons why I like the upper half of this fair value gap. Maybe mentees could see it low key. Mentees, maybe I notice painting in a certain way. Low key, I could see painting in that general area. Mentees, maybe. So like that's why I like the upper half of that specifically to take us to the gap fill. And so we're really close to the gap fill. I just think it's gonna. I don't see like why come up here to not fill it. I would be surprised to just stop right there. But I mean, still a solid trade regardless. And from here now, yo, let me tell y'all something, man. Nasdaq, we don't want to see Nasdaq. Honestly, we don't want to see Nasdaq come back down here. We really don't. Like, we actually want to maintain momentum to take out all-time highs, to be real with you. But if it does come back to this fair value gap, we really, really, really want to see it respected, specifically the upper half respected to go higher. You don't want to see Nasdaq come back in and invalidate this, especially if it invalidates it with a strong candle. It's not a good sign at all. So this area is very important for me on Nasdaq. I don't really want to see it touched, but if it gets touched, we need to respect it. So something that's suspect about this rally is the nature of it. I always tell y'all, I don't like trading moves that look like this because there's no fair value gaps. So price is just staggering up, very ugly, like it's very nasty movement. When price moves like that, be careful of big drops when price moves like that. So I'm eyeing that happening. And once again, if we do come back to this area, hopefully we just sweep these lows and push right back up because I don't want to see it invalidate this fair value gap. So the same hourly fair value gap that I had drawn on Friday, I actually think it remains important for the market. I still think I want to see price respect that if we're going to go higher, because once we start invalidating that and we start coming towards the lower half of this daily fair value gap, it's not looking too high. It's really not looking too high for the NAS. And I might start targeting those CPI lows. Under here. So that's the if-then statement. It's like bullishness is upper half of this. If we start invalidating this fair value gap, especially with bearish order flow, I'm starting to look at CPI lows as the next destination. If we hold this and stuff, then I would look at all-time highs. All right, so that's Nasdaq. ES. This is what I had drawn on ES on Friday. I mean, it worked kind of like we just Friday was discussing like what is this price action? This the hourly. Look at this hourly chart. What the heck is that? But I think I'm still bullish. It's the same stuff I said on Nasdaq is exactly how I feel about S&P. Same stuff. This is important to go higher with. I don't want to see price invalidate this hourly fair value gap. I really don't. I think under here ES drops off pretty hard. So both of them need to hold this area to remain bullish. If it's not this area, I think they both have a nice little drop coming. Dow Jones, we almost done. So last week, I think it was last week, we looked at this rejection on the 4-hour bearish fair value gap. And then if we're going to continue lower, we need to reject this fair value gap. You see we traded higher. I think this is a low probability area in my opinion, but I do think the Dow Jones is going to end up running all-time highs again because it's not holding the bearish P rates how it should. But I will also say the bullish delivery is also very suspect. So that's why I say I think this area is low probability. Maybe trade ideas exist above this fair value gap. So if we could clear this, it might give you nice price action to clear out these highs right here. So maybe just setting price alerts around the highs of this fair value gap, because I think you'll get some nice potential continuation to the upside on the Dow Jones there. The Russell, we talked about price rejecting this fair value gap. You've seen it happen, but no real full continuation. We back to it. I think price might make its way to the upside, but I also think this is low probability price action. This was a weekly fair value gap that we continue to consolidate on. So when do you not want to trade a ticker typically? You don't like to trade tickers typically if the higher time frames are in consolidation. So look at the weekly chart on the Russell, very ugly. Look at the daily chart, very ugly. Do you want to participate in this? I personally don't. I would rather trade above this blue area. So for me, I would set price targets on a Russell above the blue, because above the blue, we're going to take those highs right there above the blue. And if we take these highs, we might have continuation into taking all of these highs and running all-time highs. So I really feel like above the blue, we have a chance on the Russell to have some nice trade ideas, nice trade delivery. But inside of this area, I think you could get chopped up. You could get really frustrated, and it's best to stay out of it. CL, man, what did I tell y'all? Man, I told you guys since over here that I'm bearish on CL, right? And CL one day had gapped up on a news event, and I'm still bearish on it because I don't care what the news says. I know what price is telling me, and so you see what all it did on that gap was it rejected this weekly bearish fair value gap. That's what it rejected, and we've been pushing down ever since. Even this pop, it got shorted again, and so I'm still looking to see it go lower. Like I said, we're technically in a pretty crucial area, but I still lean bearish to take out these lows on CL, but we'll see if it can follow through. What do I want to see expected for that to happen? Personally, I don't want to see price disrespect this fair value gap from the daily chart. I don't want to see price disrespect that. I want to see some continuation pretty much right away. I would feel like they're gonna push hard if we could clear this green wick. That's when I feel like they're gonna push hard. So, you know, as long as the CL stays below here, I think we make a move lower. And gold. We got 2 more tickets. Gold. We got to the target. Last week I gave you our target. Right after class, y'all seen that target delivered too. We had class. We had right here. We had class right here. This is the hourly chart. Y'all seen right after class, we went straight to the target. Straight there. Ever since then, gold has been interesting. So what's next for gold? What is next for gold? Price really has to hold the here. Pretty much like right here. Price really has to hold here to stay bullish, to run out the lows from last week and these lows. Because if gold starts pushing above, like starts coming to like 29.11 type area, I think gold is gonna make a much deeper push to the upside. So gold pretty much has to like kind of reject right away. Based on the hourly, I don't feel like it will. I low-key feel like gold is gonna push right back up. I can't lie to y'all. I'm not really bearish on gold looking at it right now, but we'll see. I think there's still some confirmation that could be had. But when I look at the hourly and I look at the nature of this section of the price lag, I don't really see us rejecting anything in here. I can just see price continue higher. And if we going up into this area, I think gold is gonna just simply continue higher. And so gold had a massive drop, but I don't really feel like I believe that we're bearish for real. So that's my gold analysis, but it could definitely use some confirmation on that. And last but not least, just spying QQQ. Nothing I didn't really say on NASDAQ for real. You know, QQQ is right next to these all-time highs. I think it runs it out, which for me is also confluence that NAS is going to continue to stay bullish, because QQQ to me is probably going to gap up above these highs. So that tells me that Sunday into Monday's price action ends at 1 p.m. Eastern, right, on futures. And then it's going to trade Monday night, and options opens up Tuesday at 9:30, right? So I think by Tuesday at 9:30, we're gonna find our way gapped up on QQQ. I don't think we're gonna be down here. I think we're gonna be gapped up. Yeah, so I think we'll get up by watch y'all mics. Somebody came off mute. Careful on y'all mics. I'm about to finish right now. And SPY. I'll give thoughts on XRP after the recording. Or maybe I'll do it on recording. Let me just hurry up. There's nothing I gotta say about SPY I didn't say before. What I would want to see if we came down first would be to respect the upper half of this. But I think we're gonna run. We had the monthly target 611.85. What was that, bro? What month was that? July of 2024. Back when price was down here, I think. I said SPY is coming to 611.85, and this is what happened. And we got here, and we have been teasing my target for so long. But 611.85, we finally there. But just so y'all know, don't think it's a coincidence though. that price is consolidating right around that target. That's an algorithmic target. That's all I'm letting y'all know. And that's all on recording. That I've already put that recording down. So I do it in these classes right here, like, calling out the target. This is all-time highs, bro. How can I know where price is going? How can I know where price is going from when it's back here, that it's gonna stop here and start consolidating or reject it or whatever? How can I know that? Maybe it's just some stuff that you don't know. That's all. And that's why it's good news that you could, you're in the right places to find out some stuff. So it's just good that there's more to know. There's more to know. So XRP, man, XRP, what is next for XRP? Last thing, because this is on request. Last thing, and I'm ending class right away. So for people who were not here yet on XRP, I had told everybody XRP will run out all-time highs as long as we could hold this daily BISI, which is this. As long as XRP could hold this daily BISI, we're running all-time highs. It consolidated and we ran all-time highs. Beautiful. Good job, right? That's what's up. Okay, cool. What's next after that? It comes down hard and it sweeps those lows. Technically still holding the fair value gap, technically. But what I would say is, I think XRP is going to push the highs again. It's not really giving me signs that it wants to trade lower right now. Especially, yeah, we came and we balanced out this wick a good amount. Because this wick is an imbalance in the market. We came and we balanced it out. Now we pushing out with a bullish fair value gap. I think if it wants to trend now, which we might still be consolidating, but if we trend, if price respects this, XRP should push to new highs. If price disrespects this, right? Am I bearish? Heck no, I'm not bearish. To me, if price disrespects that, I just believe that we're just in low probability price action, just like Bitcoin is. And so to me, I wouldn't want to trade this area. The next place I would look for trade setups on XRP, if this fair value gap does not hold, the next place I look for trade setups is literally under these lows, because under these lows, it gets really bad to me, in my opinion. And I would say, if you want to play it super safe, you could wait for price to obviously clear all-time highs, because I think it'll continue much harder. Or you could wait to see if price could invalidate. Man, I don't know, this fair value gap for real. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I feel like if it's up here, we're gonna run highs. But if you want to be really safe, yes, you could wait for it to invalidate that to go higher. But if we even make it up here, we're probably gonna be running all-time highs. So. Do I lean bullish or bearish? I lean bullish. The trade setup is based on this fair value gap right now for the short term, right? And you're very welcome. And so with that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely like the video, definitely subscribe to the channel. And in the description box right now, you can find my free community, you can find my Instagram, you can find my mentorship, you can find my live trading links. All that is in the description box right now. So definitely tap in with me. There's a lot more to learn, a lot more to say. And with that being said, that is all she wrote.